I come to UK from France by a small boat in the sea. I was sleeping outside in the street. I feel always scared.
And of course, everything was provided by the Ukraine Singh. Well, our visa is by Ukraine Singh, but yes, because we're Ukrainian refugees, we had such an opportunity to have a place on our own. Because I know some people who are basically become homeless, and I feel really sorry for them.
I have been told indirectly by landlords or estate agents that they don't want to house someone because they are of Middle Eastern origin, which is quite shocking, to be honest. But I think that there are perceptions, at least from different sanctuary seeker groups themselves, that because of their country of origin, because of their religion, they are being discriminated against.
Welcome to my home. Well, this is basically where we're staying, and I can definitely say that we're enjoying living over there. Oh, always nice to see some lovely pictures of me and of myself with my lovely mother. My name is Anhelina, and I arrived to the UK in August 22 from Ukraine with my mom, and I'm really grateful for such an opportunity as we are refugees over there. I can stay here together with my mom as a two-bedroom flat, so we've got enough space for both of us. Oh, another picture. It's back in France. Well, I think that British people are really welcoming, but of course, well, when I arrived to the UK, I received a lot of help and support. And well, if I'm basically meeting some people outside or whatever, and they ask me where am I from, and then I'm saying that I'm from Ukraine, and they usually talk about that they feel sorry about the war, and and sometimes they say that welcome to the country, maybe I need some help or whatever.
So when we talk about the Ukraine visa scheme, we actually talk about 2 or 3 different visa schemes, but generally speaking we'll refer to them as the Ukraine visa schemes, and that was what the UK government put in place back in February 2022 to allow Ukrainians to flee from Ukraine after the Russian full-scale invasion. So the way those worked was that they would be given a living visa to move to the UK, which would be initially for 3 years.
When we arrived border UK, we don't know what we do.
بالبلم مع بنتي جينا بالبلم كتير خفنا. أنا أكتر شيء كنت خايفة على بنتي، وكان في معنا نسوان حوامل، كان في أولاد صغار، كان في كبار بالعمر، كنا تقريبا شي 53 شخص، فالوضع كان بخوف كتير.
So part of the reason why people end up being forced to take these dangerous routes, and that could be by crossing the channel in small boats, it can be in back of lorries, and enter the country irregularly, and I think that's an important distinction, is that it's irregularly, not illegally, is because there isn't alternatives to it. The UK government has very limited legal routes for people to come to the UK, and one of them is the Ukraine scheme, which we've spoken about. We've seen the Afghan resettlement routes, which have their limitations. I'm not even sure if the Syrian resettlement route is still in place, and we've got one for people from Hong Kong, which is its own very unique thing. So because of that, the legal routes and the legal options people have to enter the UK are almost non-existent.
هلا موضوع الطفل كتير هاي بحسها انه مشكله. نحن الكبار بنتفهم موضوع انه 9 باوند، حتى لو ما كان في شغلات يعني عادي فينا نحرم حالنا منها، بس المشكله الطفل. انا بنتي يعني مرات مثلا ابسط شغله اذا بتطلب مني شغله انه بدها تروح تاكل شغله ما بقدر اخذ لها اياها لانه ما في، واني اقدر اشتغل بالوقت الحالي كمان ما راح اقدر اشتغل لانه ما عندي اذن عمل، يعني ما حدا رح يشغلني بالوقت الحالي، فعندي كثير عم بيصير صعب علي مرات كثير ليا وما قدراني، حتى لو قدراني اشتغل واقدم لها هي الشغلات اكيد رح ساوي، فهي الشغله اللي صعبه علي.
I don't know, a lot of crafts. Just a second. We will try to find Jamaica poetry. Ah, here, she's the one.
Стих написала.
Lila wrote a poetry. So she left her best kitten, best friends, everything, piano left over in Ukraine. And she has to stay somewhere next to Cardiff Bay. Well, actually, we don't have any big struggle about our routine life. The job is okay, friends are okay. The difficulties, as many other parents we do have, get up child to the school, let them be away from computer and telephone. So it's actually the same struggle, everyone have it.
When it comes to why we've seen a disproportionate impact against people who are maybe from the Middle East, racism does play a part, but I think also some of the way that people have been resettled, as I alluded to earlier. If you put in people in a hotel and it's very advertised that this is the hotel people are in, it becomes like a central point or a focus of hatred.
بحس انه في اختلاف يعني بين اللاجئين الأجانب واللاجئين العرب أو كانوا من جنسيات تانية. أنا كان بالنسبة لهم هلا أنتم ما بتقدروا تجوا تصوروا عنا جوا، تصوروا بالكاميرا لأنه ممنوع تفوتوا تصوروا الغرفة أو المكان اللي نحن بنعيش فيه. هو ما بعرف ليش، بس في مشكلة أظن، فبس ممنوع حدا يجي يصور جوا وممنوع أنتم تدخلوا لجوا.
And it was quite unusual for me because when I arrived to the Oasis, I had such a lovely opportunity to talk to other refugees and asylum seekers, and as I understood, they have really tough life, unfortunately. I know that the UK has supported them, but they haven't supported them as well as they support us. And of course I feel really grateful for the UK support because as I mentioned before, other refugees and asylum seekers can't claim benefits unfortunately, but with Ukraine scheme I have an opportunity for that. I receive £325 per month, as well as my mum as an adult, she receives £380 per month. And I understood that as compared to other people, for us it's much easier because we don't need to claim asylum seeker status and waiting for a decision to become refugees, because as we arrived there on Ukraine scheme basis, for us it's much easier because we have right to work, study. I also know some Ukrainian refugees that now have a small business in the UK. And I think for me it's a really great possibility of staying in the UK as well.
So in terms of solutions or what we'd like to see, I think it's we just need a more humane system. The current asylum system is not person-centered. People spend too much time in it with too much uncertainty over what is going to happen to them, isolated, not being allowed to work. So we really have to create an asylum system which makes decisions faster.
То я можу запропонувати ще й другу страву.
I mean, I wouldn't really have an opportunity to study abroad if the war hasn't started, basically. But I was dreaming about studying abroad somewhere in Europe, like Poland or Germany or whenever. But then, yeah, just because of the Ukraine scheme, I had an opportunity to arrive to the UK.
In my country, no freedom. When I arrived in UK, I see is freedom. That is good for women.
أكيد أنا عندي أمل كتير بالدولة هون إنه أنا أقدر أكمل دراستي. أولاً بدي أتعلم لغة، وبعدين رح أقدر إذا قدرت أكمل دراستي رح كملها. وبدي حياة آمنة لبنتي، يعني هذا الشيء عندي أول شيء بيجي بحياتي. وأمن لها حياتها وتكون حياة آمنة وتعيش حياة كريمة، الشيء الوحيد اللي بدي إياه. يعني هي وإن شاء الله.